So welcome back to the MinnesotaBlack RobeRegiment channel. I'm very excited to be sitting here today with Larvita Mcfarquhar. I got it. She is the owner and operator of Haven's Garden in Lynd, Minnesota, and I am very excited I'm going to just spring this on her. She is going to tell you the really good news that she got today. So Larvita, take it away. What happened today?
Well, lots happened today. Let's start with the bad news, shall we, first? So I got a cease and desist order. 72 hours, saying that we can't be open for 72 hours. But the funny thing is, right after that, I got the Southwest Health and Human Services came down and reinstated my license. They rescinded it, taking it away. And so I just want to say thank you to them for standing on the Constitution and standing up for small businesses. So I am open. I am able to sell food. So they gave me my license back for that. And I'm just happy that it went that way.
It's not the war, but it is a battle, and that's how you win
exactly.
wars. So,
yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you ended up owning a place called Haven's Garden in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota.
Well, the truth is I grew up in Marshall. I moved there when I was 4 from Brooklyn, New York. My mom left there, Brooklyn, and took the kids and moved to Marshall. And so I was raised in Marshall, which is only 5 minutes away from Lynd. And so after high school, I moved to New York. I used to dance, and I was going there to pursue dance and do all of that stuff. But life happens and things changed. And so then about 5 years ago, I talked to my old dance teacher, and she was selling her business. And I was coming here at the time just to help, but it turned out I ended up buying my old dance studio. And so from there, I got 4 girls, 4 daughters, and they were gymnasts. And I was a gymnastics coach in Virginia. And so then we had decided if we came back to this area, we would do gymnastics, open up a dance studio and gymnastics studio, because in Marshall, it's a small town and they've really never had higher level gymnastics. And I wanted to give kids in this area an opportunity, if they wanted to go to collegiate or to the Olympics, they could have that opportunity to work hard and to achieve their dreams and goals. Right now they didn't have that before when we grew up. And so I wanted to bring that to this area, the whole Southwest Minnesota area, just to give kids that opportunity. And so from there, as a gymnastics mom, if it can get a little crazy depending on if you're on an elite track, you can be at the gym sometimes 30, 40 hours with your child. And so I always thought if I opened up a gym, I wanted a restaurant where parents and kids and people could go and relax while the kids are doing gymnastics. And so Haven's Garden, I called it Havens because I wanted it to be a place where, it felt like a safe haven. You could just go there, relax. And we do open mic and music just to express yourself so that kids, adults, anyone can come, have a good time, sing, dance, do whatever they want. If they're comedians, whatever. I just wanted a place where there was an outlet in this area that you could go and do that. And so that's where Haven's Garden began, because I just wanted a place where people can just go, like a second home, I guess, where they felt safe and they could express themselves and just have a good time and meet other people and laugh and socialize and just come together as a community. And that's how the whole thing started. And for me and my girls, it's been piecemeal. We started with one thing, worked hard, tried to build that up. And then we went to, okay, now we have our bars. Okay, let's save some money. Now we have our floor. Let's save some money. And now we can do this. And then, so it's been hard work, but it's been a dream that, that we got to see come into fruition. And it's, there's always ups and downs in a small business. So yeah, but it's a blessing. So does that make any sense? How we got to that?
Well, a lot of it makes sense. I was a dance dad for over 15 years.
So yes.
I spent a lot of hours just sitting in my car because there's no place to go.
Exactly.
Larvita, I wanna hit on something that you said, because I think this is really the story of. Oh, I lost your cam. There you are.
I'm sorry. I got a call. I'm sorry. It's on my phone. Sorry, guys. Oh, wow. You might want to. I don't know how to. I should have tried to do it on my computer.
You're
sorry.
fine. Well,
okay. Should have taken
I am not professional, so, and everybody who watches me knows that. So,
okay.
I
didn't. Well, the other I didn't realize on the other ones, if I got calls or something, you could still see me. So I don't know. I guess Zoom's a little different, and I apologize.
Don't worry about it. So the thing that I want to hit on that I think is really poignant to this is because the people that are hurting the most through all of this are people like you. When the governing servants, and I'm very, very clear about that, and if you've watched any of my videos, you'll hear me say that over and over again.
Yep.
Governing servants. They're our servants. They're not our masters. When the governing servant steps in, takes the role of master, and then tells you that you're not essential, he's striking at the core of not just your income, but the core of your hard work. And you said that you worked for this. You built all of this. And so this wasn't just, as I said when we were doing our introductory meeting, this isn't just you're not sitting around with a few million dollars to invest saying, gee, what am I going to do to make more money on top of all the money I already have? You're pouring heart and soul and personal labor and actually probably taking a huge risk of just starting any of this. So looking at that, and the fact that this goes back to 2016, here you are, it's 2020. You've got several irons in the fire, and you have reasons for why you're doing all of this. And the governor comes along in March and says, all right, you, Havens Garden in Lynd, shut it down. What did that do to you?
It was very frustrating. I mean, it wasn't even that he said shut us down. He said that we weren't even essential. Like we weren't important enough, that we don't matter, that our small business wasn't good enough, that he gets to pick and choose who's essential and who's not. It would have been one thing if maybe even I would say that's unconstitutional if he just said across the board, we shut everything down because we don't know what's happening. No, that's not what he did. He said, you, and you, oh, you're not good enough. You don't fit our narrative. You shut down. That's how I took it personally. And I said, no, that's not how it's going to work. That's not what our government is there for. That is not their role. That is not their job. And so, with my 4 girls, we talked about this. We've been watching it. We were watching it from the beginning, and we know what narrative they're trying to spin and what's going on with COVID and all of that kind of stuff. And it's different because I have 2 businesses, one with the children and one with, the restaurant. And when it first shut down, we were watching like, okay, the countdown. Are they going to shut us down because we started doing little things? Are they going to shut us down? Then we had practice that day. And then I got the letter, saying that we had to shut down. And so then I talked to my girls and said, okay, what does that look like for us? Because again, for a small business, or for me, I should say, we were, as it is, was barely getting by, like we are also were the head coaches for the high school, and, and everything we were making, we just kept pouring back into the business. And so then for me, it was a struggle because I still have bills that I have to pay. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to know that I still have to pay the mortgage. I still have to pay for the lights. I still have to pay for the water. I still have to pay for all these things that are running in my building, but I don't have an income coming in. And so it was, I don't know. I was angry. I was upset. I was saddened. I think I was hurt. All of those things. I think it was just like, he's killing something that we've been working for the last 4 years. And my heart really actually went out more to businesses that had already made it, because I know we are up and down, we're struggling to get over that hump, to get to where we've made it. And we're like, yes, but then to have to start all over again, that was the hardest thing for me, trying to decide, do I want to do this again? Am I going to be able to start it again? Am I going to have to go and find people to come back again? And so, no, I was pretty angry. I was pretty upset that our government thought they had the right to do this to us. And yeah, sorry.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Like I told you when we were talking earlier, I'm not, this is about you. This isn't about me. I don't have an agenda. Well, I have an agenda. we all do. We're all biased and we all have an agenda. So how how many years has Haven's Garden been operating?
Well, we were Trev's Kitchen before we switched it over to Haven's Garden. And so the restaurant has been open for 3 years.
Okay.
So from
one name for a while and now another name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 2017. So we opened the restaurant in 2017.
Okay. So you've had an established restaurant for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. How much did that first round of shutdowns affect you? How much did that hurt you?
Well, I'm going to get
shut down.
Right. Well, for the restaurant, it was hard because we had planned this big grand reopening and we were getting everything ready for that. And all of a sudden it was like, wait, you can't even do that. And I was like, wait, what's going on? I guess it was confusion, and like, okay, we can't do what we've been talking about, planning and getting it where we want it to be. And to know that it doesn't matter what you work for or what you're trying to achieve, someone can come in and just say, no, sorry, you're not going to do that. And yeah, no, it's just frustrating. And for us, it was like a slap in the face, just like I said, it's daily for us. Our business was, it's like, okay, you just get enough to pay the lights, or I just get enough to whatever. So it's hard when you're living that way in a restaurant business or any kind of business.
Right.
And so
you're not all Gordon Ramsay.
Say that again.
We're not all Gordon Ramsay.
Someday. Yeah. I'm someday. So yeah, right now, no, but
how many non-familial staff do you employ for the restaurant itself?
So right now it's just me and my 4 girls. So
the 5 of you run the restaurant?
Yeah.
Really?
We run everything together. Yeah.
So you make drinks, you serve tables, you make food.
Yeah. Right now we don't have a liquor license, so we don't do drinks, but before we used to, yeah. So before we used to have a bigger staff. We had grown really fast when we first opened, and that's another story. But yeah, so right now it's just me and my girls. So my girls, who I love, they they're the chefs and we're the cleaners and host and everything else. But
so this is your income.
Yes, I do have another job that I have also. Yeah, sorry. I do have another job that I do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that helps right now too.
Right, but
yeah,
you're working.
Yeah,
and a lot.
Yeah,
and they want to take that away from you.
Yeah, and that's the sad part, because the truth, we like to work. My girls and I, we have fun. Sorry, we're a little different. We make a game. We have fun when we're working, and it's not working. It's to see when you're working for something, it makes you feel good, especially with my girls and I. And I don't understand why would anyone want to take that away from anyone we're able bodies. We're able to work. We want to be out there working. So I don't understand.
Yeah. I love it. So I don't love that you're hurting. I love that you're inspired to work. So let's just say that you knuckled under and said, okay, we're going to go strictly to following the governor's guidelines and orders. How long could you sustain your business just trying to carry out?
I don't even think about that, because I will never comply.
No, I appreciate that.
That's not even a thought.
Playing along, Larvita.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, we're a restaurant. We don't have a place for drive up or really carry out. They would still have to come in. That's the point. It doesn't make any sense. They would still have to come in to get the food to take out with them.
Right.
And then, or we would have to go out there, but in the winter, no one's going to want to do that. So yeah, so it really wouldn't work for us unless they want to come and demolish my building and build me a drive-through and all that kind of stuff. But
Which just
yeah, no,
changes
it's not
the whole-
feasible.
What changes the whole feel anyway?
Yeah.
It's really hard to do open mic through a drive-through.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So I would imagine to some degree, you probably have a few people that call up and say, hey, I'm coming, can I get a burger and pick it up?
Yeah.
So
But again, they come in and they sit and they wait for the food unless they call in, early enough. Usually they come and talk. Our place is, I'm a talker, I guess. And so,
never guessed.
And so then they come in and we talk and we chat and then that kind of thing. So no, there are people who can come in and just are call in and say, I want to come pick up the food. But usually that still ends up turning into a little chat. So yeah.
They end up eating their food there, don't they?
Say that again?
They end up eating their food there anyway.
Most of it, yeah.
So you knew going into the second round especially that there was no way you were complying.
Yeah. No, there was no way. I wasn't. I should say it, I'm a little different. And I know you don't want to, sorry, I'm going to take it there anyway, because from the beginning, we weren't complying. The only thing we gave the parents the choice of, even now we're still open for gymnastics. We had a class on Monday, but I gave the parents the choice. I said, I don't mind doing it after. What is best for you and your family? You make that decision.
Exactly where I wanted you to take it, by the way.
Sorry. Okay. And so then even when the governor, my biggest thing was, okay, businesses he shut down. No, you can't do that. But when he shut down the churches, then I was infuriated. I was just so angry and so mad and so hurt that he thought he could just shut down a church. I'm like, what, am I living in a different world? And so I said, yes, no.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So I talked to my girls and I said, we need to open this place up for church. And so I opened it up. I said, anyone who wants to come, any pastor or any person who wants to have service can come use our place for free. Because I understand their hands are tied with boards and everything like that, but that doesn't stop you from preaching. You can preach anywhere as we are supposed to. And so just watching what the governor has done, the whole thing is just outrageous to me and tramples on everything all of us as Americans believe in, I would think. And so that was,
well, I think we're finding out differently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's very eye-opening,
Yeah.
For an old man like me who's served in the military and whatnot. It's been very eye-opening. So I'm gonna this is gonna be my gotcha question, all right?
Okay.
So when we were talking earlier, you said I'm a Black American, but at the core I'm an American, because that's what we all are.
Mm-hmm.
How much flack have you taken as a person who would be, let's just be honest, clearly recognized as a minority in the United States? How much flack have you taken from other minorities?
Oh, it's been horrible, but I take it from white people too. They're like, oh, you're not Black. And I'm like, what, are you serious? Yeah, white people will say that to me. Oh, you're not Black. You're a disgrace and all of that. And I'm like, wow. Okay.
So let's get this straight. I'm talking to you, but I'm going to look at the 2 or 3 people that actually watch my videos. Let this sink in. White leftists in the United States are looking at a minority woman, single mom, 4 girls, business owner. She's everything they should want. And they're calling her a sellout. They've called her a racist because she doesn't take the right position. White people are calling him a Black woman a racist and everything else because she doesn't do what they want her to do. Think about this. She's the very reason the Constitution exists. So go back and listen to some of what she said, and then now, and through that lens and that filter everything she says from this point forward through that, because that's what matters. It's ultimately, it's not about, they don't care about her ethnicity. They don't care about her gender, her sexuality, or any of that. What they care about is whether or not she fits the narrative. And that's the lens that you need to focus on through this. And if that cuts you and it makes you ask yourself why it makes you angry, you might be part of the problem. So, sorry, end of rant. You come into this, I'm never shutting down my business. I'm going to open it up for churches, anybody who wants to come in, so they have a place to meet. We get it. You kind of make it through the first round relatively unscathed with government interaction. And now all of a sudden, our 4-week pause comes along, and you say very publicly, screw it, I'm opening. And all of a sudden, you're in the hot seat. The spotlight is on you, so that one night you have 80 to 100 people in there, as the reports say, and they show up and yank your license. Tell me a little bit about that, and then lead into your interaction with law enforcement, with the sheriff's office.
Well, I think I think they were just trying to intimidate me and trying to make me back down and not to open. And when I talked to them, I clearly told them, no, we are going to be open. We are going to have an event. I'm not going to stop doing what we have talked about, me and my girls, with events and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have this thing. And so then what I didn't like is, I guess someone came in that Friday. I didn't know, undercover, whatever, person for the health department came in, was taking pictures, and they could have came in
undercover.
Yeah.
Right.
They never introduced themselves. They never said anything to me. Nothing.
And you own your business. It's private property. It's your property. Okay. Yeah. Let that. I'm so angry right now. Let that sink in. Private business. Private business. They come in without a warrant. A government representative comes in investigating, no warrant. All right, sorry, go ahead.
No, so then they were taking pictures, and then that Wednesday, that's the Health and Human Service guy came, and he said, oh, he's going to inform me that they had someone there on Friday and that they were taking pictures, and that's why they were taking my license, because I was in violation. And I said, I'm not in any violation. My place is pretty huge, for one, but I said, I'm not in violation. A mandate is not a law. It's unconstitutional and it's unlawful. And we were just talking. He's pretty friendly and pretty nice. And I said, well, why are you doing something that's not constitutional? You need to stand on the Constitution too. And so then Thursday, sorry, my daughter just walked in. So Thursday, a deputy from the sheriff's department came, and he was friendly. He was nice. He came in and said that let me tell you this. A lot of people have been calling in to the sheriff's department, telling them that, why aren't they doing anything? They need to come and arrest me. And what's the sheriff supposed to do? That's not his job. He's there to uphold the Constitution. And to me, that's what he's doing, upholding the Constitution and doing what's right for the people. And so Thursday, they came out because they had to investigate a complaint. And I said, well, how is that? Is that your job to investigate health department complaints? Or wouldn't that be the health department that comes out? So I guess I'm still confused on that. But he said, oh, he has to write a report and let them know what's going on. And I said, okay, thank you. And so then that Friday we opened up. We still had our event. And then nothing happened. We were there having a good time. And then I don't even know what day it is. My days are so off. I'm so sorry. So much is going on. So then Monday opened again. We opened from 10:30 to 3. And then today, that's when I get the cease and desist order. You know, the state came down, they hand delivered it to me. And so they delivered it and said, put the notice on the door stating that I can't be open. And then I said, okay, well, I'm still gonna be open. I'm not closing down. You know, and it's supposed to be a 72-hour shutdown, and I'm assuming they're trying to get an injunction to say that I can't be open. And then the sheriff came out, because I get people who call me to see if I'm open, and I say yes, and then they call the police. And so then a deputy from the sheriff's department came out and said that he had to be out here just because people were complaining, and he had to write a report. And so then I said, okay.
Second time. The second time.
Yeah.
Second time, people, twice. That a bunch of Karens, yeah, I said it, no offense to anybody who watches is named Karen, but a bunch of busybodies in small town Minnesota, people are so sheepish that they're calling law enforcement on their neighbor because she has the audacity to defy an unconstitutional edict from a man who is playing at being a despotic tyrant or aiming at to be one. That's twice she's had interaction with law enforcement. And they basically tacked an order to her door telling her you're not allowed to open.
Yeah, that wasn't the law. Well, it's still law enforcement. No. That was the state.
Not department. The law. Let's make this clear. The law enforcement officials did not do that. They came out to respond to a complaint.
Right.
But the same government, the state government, public servants, elected servants, have ordered down through their chain of command to some bureaucrat to come nail, for lack of better terminology, her door closed with an order saying you have 72 hours, you have to stay shut down. And go back to a week and a half ago, or whatever it was, when they spied on her and took pictures and investigated her from inside of her private business without a warrant. They came into her private property without a warrant. And they're going to claim they can do that because they're not law enforcement. No, still agents of the state. And here we are today, where she knows, just from what she got from the state, despite the rescinding of the suspension of her license by the Health and Human Service Department in that area, the state is still trying to shut her down. And I bet the next thing she's going to say to me is, I'm not going to comply.
You are so correct. I am not going to comply.
So what is that going to look like then? You've got 4 daughters. I'm assuming they all live at home.
They're older, but they live at home. 2 are in college, a senior in college, and my other one's a junior in college. And then my third one, she's a junior in high school, and my 9th grader, she's a freshman, my baby.
Your baby's a freshman. So there's a very real possibility that Keith Ellison could try to have you arrested.
It's sad because I talked to my girls about that. You know, I'm like, if the police come in here and they want to take me away, don't do anything. I will just go with them. And then I should have warned my little one, and she's like, are they going to take you away for a year? And I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. We'll go down, probably have a hearing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
For the crime,
I think I worry more.
For the crime of operating her private business. The crime. That's the crime. So if I sound a little miffed right now, it's because I am not. I can't even imagine what you're feeling. Probably a little bit of I would imagine probably a little bit of, yeah, come get me. and bring it on and come at me, bro. and probably a little bit of trembling, because no one wants to be hauled off, even if they're nice. No one wants to be hauled away. And over what? So answer this question, if you will. Are you getting, on top of all the calls to law enforcement and to state departments and state agencies, how much support are you getting from locals and from others around the state or even the country?
The support has been so amazing. There's no words, truthfully. Like, how many people have been calling me, just saying thank you for being open, emailing me, texting me. Just really support has been wonderful. Because what happened is I had reached out to Action for Liberty. I'm not sure if you know who they are. And Darius, I've been talking to Darius. I don't know if you know, from Reopen Minnesota.
Yes.
I've been talking to him since the beginning of this whole thing. But I had reached out to Action for Liberty because I've been doing stuff, but I don't like doing things by myself. And so I said, I'm going to open no matter what, but I don't want to be alone, because my town is a little on both sides. So I've been getting a lot of negative things from people in town, from my town, not this town, but town over. Some people that I know, actually, it's been horrible. And so I'm like, okay, I don't mind. I'm going to do it, but I don't want to, again, do it by myself. And so once I reached out to Action for Liberty, they were amazing. They got it out there and people started calling me and just saying, we'll stand with you and we'll be there. And the support has just been amazing. And it feels so great knowing that I'm not doing this alone, that there's other Americans that are willing to fight for what we believe in, that we're not going to just bow down and say, take away all of our liberties, take away all of our freedoms, take away, again, we forget that our rights do not come from the government. That's what I don't understand. The government is not the people, they're not the ones who are supposed to, like you say, my rights come from God, period. And we are allowing these people to just take them away. I mean, he's given us this country and we're going to say, take them, and we're not going to fight. And I don't understand.
Very good job engaging your filter there.
Say that again.
Did a good job engaging your filter.
What is that?
Because you said these.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's this particular year has not brought out the best in me in some situations. So.
That's what's so crazy. I've never been like, this angry and bitter. I'm like, what's going on? This is not who I am. This is not who I want to be. This is not how I want my kids to be.
Well, you've got some Puerto Rican girl in you, so I know you got the temper.
Oh yeah.
So when's your next, what are you open tonight?
Well, we just closed, so we were open from 10:30 to 3. Okay. Friday and then Thursday we're open 10:30 to 3, and then Fridays, that's when we have an event, and that's from 8 p.m. to 11. So
Friday night from 8 to 11, you will be having an event.
Yep, open mic.
Open mic.
Mm-hmm.
And is that pretty well attended under normal circumstances?
It depends. I mean, before when we had it on a Tuesday. Yeah. And so we had different crowds there that would come and do stuff. So, but now it's on a Friday, and with this setup, so it's a little bit different. We had what we were doing before, we had different things on each night. So we had game night and family night and just different activities going on. But I switched it up this time because for me, I picked the hours for this for a certain reason, because my heart goes out to the parents that have to stay home with their kids and they don't have an outlet for them. And then I wanted the high schoolers and middle schoolers to come down and be able to socialize with other children and then go play in the gym. And, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was used to that. And I still needed time out with my kids. Yeah. So I can't, imagine parents at home with their kids who are not used to that. And It's not fair to them. I mean, the library's not even open. The library's not open. Nothing's open for them to go, and they're supposed to stay in the house all day. No. And so yeah, that's the reason I picked the hours that I did, so that if you look on there, if you're misunderstanding. So I said 10:30 to 12:30 or 12 is for parents with little kids. So the kids can go jump in the trampoline and have a good time. And the parents can just stay out in the restaurant and have a few minutes to themselves if they want, or they can go jump too. So either one is fine.
So Friday night is the open mic night.
Yeah.
From 8 to 10.
11.
Or 8 to 11. All right. So I'm gonna make sure this video gets out before Friday. So
Okay.
all 10 of you need to share this and make sure it gets seen, because if there were any way for me to be there, I would. It's going to be impossible. For me. I would drive the distance. It doesn't bother me.
That's what's been so amazing. I've had people from all over the state and country come down just to say, we stand with you. You know, we believe in what you're doing. And sorry, I have no words just to say how thankful I am to all the people that have come here and just stand with me. It's just
so
amazing.
I'm springing this on her right now. If you're a patriot, if you're a constitutionalist, there's a very high likelihood they're going to ignore her tomorrow because it's Thursday. If they're going to try and make an example of her, they'll do it on Friday night. That's when they're going to do it. And if they can't get the local law enforcement officer to do it, because that law enforcement officer, that chief law enforcement officer, what county do you live in?
Lyon
County. If the sheriff of Lyon County does his job and he stands up for the Constitution and defends this woman and says, I'm not going to arrest her, that means they're going to have to send in the state, which means either the BCA will have to come take her into custody and shut her down, or the state patrol along with the BCA will have to do it. Now, I have massive amount of respect for law enforcement. Everybody needs to treat them with decency. But what we need on Friday night is we need about 300 to 400 people at Havens Garden. And you all need to buy something. Put that out there.
We're not charging.
You all need to buy something.
What?
No, zip it. You all need to buy something. And protect this woman and her daughters. If somebody shows up to shut her down respectfully and peacefully and politely, but with every ounce of the red blood that runs through your body, run them off. They can't arrest everybody. This has got to stop. And this woman has been standing on her own for 9 months. Not waving her middle finger at anybody, not threatening harm to anyone, but saying, this is my business and this is my life, and I will do what I know is best for me, because that's how this nation operates. We need to get people out there. All 10 of you. But we need to get people out there. And we need to support her. We support her business, and we need to support her on a constitutional level, because that's what needs to happen. Because as patriots and as constitutionalists, we have to get each other's back. Because if we don't stand up now and we don't do this now, we're done. We're going to lose. I guess I don't want to say one thing. I want you to close this out. What are your parting thoughts? What are your final thoughts to the people of Minnesota, the people of the United States, to we the people, the actual authority under the Constitution? What are your thoughts to them? What would you have people know? What would you say to inspire them?
I would say take off the mask. Take off the mask. Stand on the Constitution. Reopen. Demand that you reopen. We open your schools. We open the small businesses. We open your life, truthfully, because that's what they've done. They shut down our lives. I mean, that we're hiding away in fear, living in fear. No, take your control back. Take your life back. This is not how I want my children to be raised. This is not how I want to live. I'm not going to live in fear. Take your life back. Take the control back where it belongs with each of us. We're all individuals and we're all wonderfully made. So I don't understand. No, take off the mask. Take your life back. Take responsibility for yourself and our actions. I take responsibility. I know that what I'm doing. I'm informed. I'm aware. I know the consequences, but I'm not going to step down. I'm not going to bow down to tyranny. As Americans, you were in, I don't understand. You fought for our country. Do we not? And we can't fight for our own country. People are going out there fighting for other countries, but they won't stand and fight for the America that we live in and that what we believe in. I don't understand that. And it's time patriots stand up and say enough is enough and reopen America, reopen Minnesota. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. So support this passionate and powerful woman who has done more than 95% of the men that I have met in the last 9 months. She has more spine and more intestinal fortitude than almost any other person I have met in a very long time. She knows what she's risking. Get out there and support her. And if you can, schedule-wise, I don't care if you're 4 hours away, get there when you can and protect her business and buy from her. Don't let her give you food. Don't let her give you food. That's not what we're there for. Spend your money and protect her. Sic, semper, tyrannis. Thus always to tyrants.